And we are live. Good afternoon from Dallas, Texas. I'm just making sure that it is going live on Instagram as well. Just give me a moment. Awesome. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Give a High Five. It's my series of live interviews. And it's called Give a High Five because it's a virtual high five to all the audience, our special guest for today. And also, it's an interview with just 5 questions. Today, we are on live episode 47, very close to half a century. And as you know, the format of the series, I do give a moment of gratitude to all the good things happening before I start any episode. So thank you, thank you, thank you, dear universe, for making sure that this business got across my feed at one point of time. As a mom, I am the happiest. This is Mother's Day in USA this week. Sunday is celebrated as Mother's Day. Even I think it's worldwide. Yes, it's worldwide. um, I can't tell you all enough how amazing it is for me as a mom to be able to work on my own terms. That is a rewarding career I'm talking about. And also being there for my kids full time and whenever they need me. I'm just back home from my son's school because they had a mom son or a mom daughter picnic, and they showed us all the work. We all sat in the garden outside and just had some wonderful snacks. It was really nice. And I'm so happy that I don't need to ask anybody to go and attend these events. Last night, I'm so grateful that I was at my daughter's school later in the evening after her school hours because she had a choir show. It was called the Era Store, and they did so wonderfully well. I'm so grateful. My daughter was awarded as a top seven in 230 kids. They all did equally beautiful, but it was her time to shine. It was beautiful. So if you are a mom watching this, know that you are going to love working in a community, in a business that is meant for all like minded people, but it's actually a blessing for moms. So thank you for listening. For about this gratitude that I have for this business as a mom, especially, and coming to the episode topic. Well, in all these episodes I've covered people from different walks of life, different professions, different demographics. Today is one of a kind niche. The couple from Canada who are ready to be featured on this episode, they just recently migrated from UAE to Canada, and they were in oil and gas field. So nothing about business, nothing about technical. We have maximum nurses and IT people and stay-at-home mom, but to belong to that industry and now doing digital business, will learn a lot about how they do it all having a toddler at home, and all or how they do it all beautifully woven with faith. All right, so please help me welcome Elvira and Vikas Belawade. Welcome, guys.
Hello,
Thank
hello.
you. Hello,
Thank you.
hello, Leela. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much
Vina.
for having us.
Yes.
It's
Thank you.
totally my pleasure. Thank you for saying yes. I know you guys are busy. I know with the toddler, I see him around, but isn't that the beauty of this business that you can do it all at once? No
Absolutely,
pressure.
absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
So, as I introduce a lot about for the guests, but I would also like to know more about you because this is our first interaction. We have known each other through a common friend in the business, but I would like to know more. So I'm going to ask you the first question.
Sure.
Please introduce yourself and share your story and what inspired you to choose this business after moving from UAE to Canada.
Okay, so thank you for that question, Leena. Yeah, as Leena also mentioned, we'll give an introduction ourselves again. So my name is Elvira.
And I'm Vikas.
We are children of God and a family of three, and originally from India, but lived and worked in the UAE for about 2 decades. We recently moved to Canada, as Lena said, 1.5 years back. August, we complete 2 years. And we come with strong backgrounds. I come with a background of oil and gas field services sector company, multinational company. And
And I'm come from heavy equipment, earthmoving machineries.
yeah, and we both started this business about now 1 year and 2 months.
Yeah,
Yeah,
1 year, 2 months.
and we are loving it so far. You know, it's been an amazing journey, and the milestones that we've achieved so far is absolutely um, amazing, heartwarming, and really filled with gratitude. So yeah,
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Gratitude
yes,
is what it is. It's the thing that makes everything so worthwhile and so beautiful. So
absolutely.
congratulations on your thriving business, and it's amazing to see people from all different professions and all different phases of life doing this equally, well, and everyone is thriving as long as you are committed to make it work. You show up for the business. Wonderful. Thank you for
Yes,
sharing that with
yes.
us.
Thank you.
The next question for you is, you come from a very specialized oil and gas background. It's not very, very common to hear, especially the kind of like you hear a lot of like, oh, I was a nurse, I was a doctor, I was like into IT or sales. So, what made you transition into digital space, and what need did it fulfill for you? This answer that you're going to give is going to inspire many people, because when they hear repeated kind of a profession that, oh, I'm from IT, I'm from IT, then people think that is it only for people in IT? So your response is going to really inspire a lot of people who are in different niche profession, or on a career break right now, however they want to see it. So
Yeah, so I come from an oil and gas field services, and Vikas, would
Yeah,
you?
me, I come from heavy equipment machinery like Caterpillar machine, all those machinery. So I was working, started my career as a technician. So over the time, I became an analyst. So, and that's how we both coming with a strong background. And when we came to Canada, and and we said, okay, we will have a job, like we'll search a job and start looking for a job. But yeah, we are looking and we are not getting any response. So suddenly, like Elvira bumped into our mentors ad, and
Yeah, then stranger, now mentors ad,
yes,
and we were like, you know, this business was never part of the plan. And so I was, when I came here from oil and gas, and we were looking for a job, and then I said, let's transition to something else. So because we have a toddler at home, Levi was just 2.5 at that time. And then we said, okay, somebody has to stay home to take care of him. So we said, okay, it's like, kind of rock, paper, scissors, like whoever gets a job first. They stay. That one go home, go to work, and the other one stays home. So we're like, then I took up a medical office assistant. So I moved completely different to a medical field, and then I said, okay, let's see what this has for us, right? And then during the time, during my study, we came across our mentor's ad again. When I say again, because I saw this before migrating. Imagine, I saw her ad before migrating to Canada. But we parked it on the side because migration was in process. We had other things going on, paperwork and stuff like that. So I said, who knows, we might need it later.
right.
And then, lo and behold, it came in the right time, and we said, okay, when we saw this, we just loved it. Like there was no two ways about it. There was no hesitation. There was no fear, because many people say that businesses are risky, but you know, step
especially
one,
at the online business.
yeah, especially online business, and step one and step two is like there is there is no risk at all. I mean, if you see the odds what you have outside versus what we have,
Hmm.
it's really amazing to see that how this whole business model is put in place. And you should, I mean, people who actually seen other businesses versus this one, they can tell without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, that this is it, and this is a really really good business. And yeah, so from there we just said, let's transition. And or right now also, we, the both of us are also at working, like we are at home, not working from home, we are at home doing this business alone. And yeah, I keep saying this. We stole the tagline from McDonald's. We say we are loving it. We literally love it.
Amazing. Absolutely. And it works. It was just, it's your belief. Same thing happened with me when I was on a break. I did this. So I was at home on a sabbatical because I was not getting remote work to take care of my
Mhm.
daughter and my own health. So I was on that break, it was post COVID and stuff like that. So it has always been my plan. So, just be
Yeah.
at it. It's gonna work. It works
Yes.
for everyone who works for it, right? And I
Yes.
see I see your efforts every single day since the past 1 year. I think you're doing incredibly well. And now that we
Oh,
mentioned mentor so many times, a big shout out to Sheetal. Hi, Sheetal.
actually.
She is my dearest friend in the business. Like we go back 5 years, and um, how we both started the business. It's amazing that she is there in Abu Dhabi, and someone in Canada sees her ad, and they start. This shows how global the business is. It's wonderful. And just like how you saw Sheetal's ad, I did see Shruti's ad as well. So hi, Shruti. Thank you so much for being
Ah,
here. So
Hi,
yeah,
Shruti.
everyone is doing good. Awesome. So now let's move to question number three. And so, how was your experience? How has your experience been running this business full time from home? And can you walk us like a typical day as a parent, digital business owner, just whatever you want to share? Would be great.
yeah. I mean, we can give, I believe like every question has a perfect timing. Like today, what happened, it is literally something that we are not our daily schedule. So today Levi decided to wake up at 3 a.m. and he slept back again at 6 a.m. And that's why he's here now. Otherwise, he's usually at this time he's during his daycare. So just imagine if we were working or doing something else, we had to literally, wake him up out from his sleep, disturb his sleep, his incomplete sleep, and get him to daycare to force him, to push him, because we have a, let's say we would have had a 9 to 5 or something. So I I believe that speaks volume. Just being there for the comfort of your child, and taking care. Like now maybe after after this interview maybe we'll drop him to daycare. It depends. So it's so flexible. When you just you say the word flexible, it's taken very lightly, but when you put it
Right.
into a situation, when you put it into perspective, like as per what's happening in your day, you realize the freedom, the comfort, the peace that it brings along with it. So this is like one of our typical, not that this happens very often, he doesn't wake up 3 a.m. very often, but what if something like this has to happen? You'd have to either call in and tell your if you were working, if we were working, you would have actually call in,
Call
come
the
in
boss.
late. Yeah, we say we have a situation, we have to come in late or something, but we are our own boss here.
Yes.
We are working. This is actually fits in your timeline, how you want to schedule it, how you want to maneuver your business.
Right.
That's what I love. That's what I love about this
Because
business.
you can take any time to work on this digital business. You don't have particular like 9 to sit at the 9 and start with the 9 and to 5.
Oh
No,
yeah,
you can sit anytime.
Yeah.
Freedom, like or you're cooking or you're just
absolutely.
doing anything, housework. You can just sit with the laptop and
Absolutely.
just
Yeah.
that's
Yep. No more asking approvals, no more. That's how, I say it very humbly because I understand that not everyone has the privilege to resign from a job because it's important. But at that point of time, it was really the need of an hour for my daughter, me being there for my daughter. And I remember resigning a very high paying job because I was just not getting work from home because I worked in ITQA of a healthcare and not health. You know how healthcare is. It's very confidential information, and you have so many HIPAA acts in place in this country where you cannot, like, the data is so sensitive. So I understood that aspect as well. But I really prayed for something that would let me just be a mom when I need to, and not just ask permissions. And life has come to a full circle. I was just giving gratitude of how I can just go to my son's school as a volunteer parent, and just to be there to cheer up for them anytime that they need me because, that's what life is all about, right? You get to give equal dignity to your personal and professional life. So it's amazing. Um, I see you guys showing up in interviews on your posts. I kind of try to follow everyone that I see, and it's incredibly amazing to see how you're able to manage both because being a mom of a toddler can really really be a handful.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, let's move to the next one. So, what are the five things? You can tell more if you'd like, but what are the five best things you love the most about this business, and whatever you would like to talk about?
Sure. So first one is I I love we both love the community. Uh, it's amazing to see how people of various backgrounds, culture, ethnicity coming together with one uh, one goal in life. Um, maybe some on people have like different percentages of what they're looking for in terms of, like, if you say freedom, if you talk about flexibility, you talk about finance, but everybody has that one goal, right? So yeah, that's one community.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and what was I liked was the compensation plan, because me in 1990s, like me and my mom did this traditional business,
Yeah.
and we used to go door to door, and we saw that it was the compensation was very bad, and it was the MLM, like pyramid scheme. So when I saw this compensation plan, I said, "Wow, this is something different, which I never came across." And that's how I told, like, we will go for this.
Yeah,
We'll step in and we'll sign up for this business. That's
Mm.
a made like because the compensation plan is so much so that you you can you don't know how it will flow in,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah. And the other one would be uh, coaching and mentorship, of
Hmm.
course. As you mentioned about Sheetal, like, even she's always there. She always has our back. She's always encouraging us, supporting us, no matter what time of the day. Now I know it's in the UAE, it's like around 9. Sometimes she's even up with us, maybe for an interview at 11 or 12 a.m. And kudos to her. She's always there, encouraging us. And Shruti, of course, our coach. So these ones are there, and that connection keeps you grounded, keeps you together, and makes you always want to come back. Like, there's no way to if you're connected, and because of these people, we were the newcomers coming into this business, but um, the standard that they set, right?
Yes.
It's something that we will pay it forward as well. So even yourself, Lina, we've seen you in the community. We've seen you always stepping up and doing things generously. And when we see y'all, we kind of keep y'all as role models and say, I
Oh,
want to be that. I want to be that person. So yeah, definitely the coaching and mentorship. And then the creativity. I think, I being in an oil and gas field services, I never came across Canva. And when I actually learned about it, oh my gosh, I would like dream of canvas slides on my bed. I'll look up the ceiling and I'm having ideas are flowing, creativity is coming. When I see people with their creativity on their page, I'm like, wow, this is no limit. So all the creativity, all the apps. If you talk about ChatGPT, if you talk about CapCut, so creativity is another one.
yeah, because for in her workplace, previous company, they said like, Vira, you're in a wrong place. You
Yeah,
have a really like a born creative
see,
skill. So you're in a wrong place. You should have something
you're
different.
never
and
feeling good
imagine.
about your hidden talents, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And for me, not knowing all these things are there, it's like, oh my gosh, like when I came across this, like, it was like we were like, it was a eureka moment for us. And the fifth one, so we were trying to, I was trying to, we were trying to do a C. So it was community, compensation plan, coaching and mentorship, creativity, and the last one would be, this is very unique, it's character.
Yes.
this business builds your character, your personality.
Very good.
Dealing with so many people across the globe, you learn their ways of life. You learn so many traditions that they follow and go through. So,
Yes.
and it actually molds you. Like you deal with so many people. If let's say if you're doing a 9 to 5, you may just only be limited to your team or the management as such. But this is so vast, so global, and it actually molds you into something so much better. And the beauty of it is that it's, again, as you mentioned, it's all hidden. You don't know that you have these trails, if you may, in you. So it just brings out the best in you. So yeah. This is what
I
really-
love your answer, so applaud for that. I loved especially the last C character. It's so true because it's not just the training is not just about the business or the comp plan or what you can do and not. It's also about your inner growth and how it's a journey of becoming. I always say that it's all about your journey of becoming, and it just breaks you and then builds you what you're meant to be, right? It's beautiful. So I'm really happy with what you just highlighted there because that was really needed. And I've seen so many transformations of so many people coming out in their perfect element, right? It's really lovely to see. So
Yeah.
so amazing. All right. So this interview is called Give a High Five because it has 5 questions. So 4 are professional, and the last one is always like either personal or semi-personal. So this one is for you if you would like to answer. So how does your faith or spiritual path influence your journey in this business, and how do you stay connected with it while you're building your work and your life together? If you are comfortable to answer, because I would just like to highlight the reason for me to ask this question is because there's so many children of God, God loving, in totally in faith. They run their business on faith based um, platforms also, and in a manner where they attract similar God loving people. So you would inspire so many of them. Thank you for answering in advance.
Yeah, thank you for this question. Yes, actually, you know, um, when we uh, learned about this business,
Mhm.
because Vikas and I are very strong on our moral values, our spiritual values,
Mm.
and what we saw that this business is very much aligned to our faith. It teaches you everything that you would, as followers of Christ, you learn about patience, you learn about peace, you learn about love, and this business, in a nutshell, is just that. So we were so, we were so excited to know and to learn that this is similar to what we follow, and it is not deviating from our faith. I've been worked in the UAE. Even I have so many Muslim friends, and they ask me questions like, "Is it halal or something like that?" And I'm like, you know, I love that you can say yes. There's no hidden agenda. There's not that gray area where you can say, okay, maybe this doesn't align. No, it perfectly fits in what you follow. And as Lena also mentioned, just for our audience to know that um, you know you come with different faith, different backgrounds, different religions, and it fits for you. Even though we are all together, at the same time, this is your business. It is how you want to run it. So it depends who you want to attract. For us, and I believe for Lena as well, we are very welcoming. We don't look at the religious background that you come from, but we look for the person in you, like that thing of just lending a helping hand. Like for us, if we were there out there in the sea and somebody lended a hand and picked us up and brought us in the boat, that where we are safe right now, we want to do it for others as well. So I think humanity, coming down to that, just humanity, just being human, being there, being kind. This place, this world, unfortunately, is not a good place. But if just one person decides to be kind, to be better, to be more loving, uh, we are just one drop in the ocean, but we can make a lot of difference coming together, right? So yeah, that's what
So
we.
beautiful. I think there's no better way to wrap this episode for today. It is for everyone, but I've never seen so many positive people being together in the community, and
Yes.
the negative ones eventually trickle out because it's too much for them to handle. So it's true, and I totally applaud all your responses. Thank you for speaking from your heart. Thank you for inspiring so many, and thank you for both for your time. To people who are watching the replay, please comment below where you're watching from, and if you're tuned in live, there's so many of them across all platforms on both of our channels. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry we're unable to read all the comments, but thank you. And if you are following Vikas Elvira or me, just reach out to us to know more. Would be happy to give you more information. We all operate from a space of serving information, and you guys take your educated decision. This is for you, and if you'd like to know more. Thank you so much for
Thank,
watching, Elvira. Vikas, thank you once again. Yes.
thank you so much,
See
Lina,
you
for
on
having
the
me.
next session, maybe.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye bye, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Bye bye.